You're right, guys, it's Capcom Tom here, and welcome to episode number 36 of The Path to Paris. So we're going to jump into our trade piles, start this one off. We have managed to sell Isco and Chiellini, giving us 36,000 coins in total. We have two Inform Maxwells in the trade pile as well, so we're just waiting for them to sell to give us all our coins back, and then we'll be looking at, probably about 65 to 70k, I think, so quite a lot of coins. Now, if you're looking to buy Ultimate Team coins, go and check out battle.com. They're one of the most trusted sellers of coins on the internet, so go and use their site. The link is down in the description. If you use the discount code TCAPGUN, you'll get 5% off all your purchases. Now, we're going into divisions. Scary, I know, and we are in a horrible position. We need to win 2 and draw 1 to actually stay in the division. Nothing else will do. A loss here will mean that we get relegated. It's not worth thinking about. It will be our first relegation if it happens, so we're going to try our darn hardest not to let it happen. Anyway, we come up against a 4-2-2-2 team. Quite a nice one. It's sort of like a French meets BPL sort of mix hybrid, whatever you want to call it. And it looks quite dangerous, I won't lie. So we're going to have our work cut out for us. So we got into the game and immediately got on the front foot. As you can see, Cavani gets inside. He has a shot. Great save by the keeper, though. But did manage to cross the rebound back in. And there's Cavani to finish it in the 3rd minute. Now, I don't know whether I like going up early in games. I mean, I'm not going to say that I don't want to go up because that's stupid, but I just feel the pressure is on me, and the pressure usually gets to me. I don't know why. I'm just not as confident as I used to be, and obviously with the new game I'm a little bit stuttery. I'm not really sure what's going on, but you can see that we end up going 2-1 down after half time. Remy with the first, Diaby with the second. Very frustrating, and he does some sort of galloping sort of cowboy celebration. I don't know how to do that. It must be one of those ones. Anyway, we get a really bizarre goal here. You saw there the really high cross. Don't know how I managed to do that. I think it was just as my player fell over. Went all the way to the back post and Cavani managed to nod it in, so that was pretty lucky. But you can see there he managed to get through again in the last minutes of the games with Menez. We all know how good a player Menez is, and he did manage to score, which means we end up losing 3-2. And yes, that does mean that we have been relegated from Division 3 back into Division 4. We're going backwards, guys. That's not what we want. We want to be going upwards all the way to Division 1. That is our eventual goal, is obviously to sign the entire PSG team, but also to win Division 1. So we're going to have to go and make some improvements to our team if we want that to happen, because I just don't feel our defence is strong enough. So here we are. We're bidding on the big man himself, Thiago Silva, 87 rated centre-back. I think it's the highest rated centre-back in the game, or equal highest rated centre-back. So he is fantastic. I mean, great pace, and he's going to be taking the the position of Alex out of the two centre backs, and it's just going to make my life so much easier, because you've seen the number of times over the top balls have gone over. Alex just cannot keep up with them, and we end up conceding. So I'm hoping Thiago Silva is going to take his position and just do work and just carry us all the way into the Division 1 and up and beyond, I guess. Anyway, we're going to quickly change his kit number. He goes into the squad. We ended up getting 39,500, which was, I think, like 500 coins less than the lowest buy it now. Gets the check mark on the checklist, which means that we only have Ibrahimovic, the normal, Matuidi, Inform Lavezzi, and Inform Ibrahimovic to sign, unless, of course, EA keep on putting out a PSG player in every single team of the week, which I'm sure they're going to do. Next week, it will probably be the turn of Cavani or something like that. So I'm not in the best of moods, I won't lie, with EA, because they just won't stop releasing informs. Anyway, we're going to go into our game, and we're going into the Gold Cup, because I was like, you know what, we need to try out Thiago Silva, see what his capabilities are. And to be honest, I didn't realise or didn't think that we'd be coming up against a team like this. It's only got 58 chemistry, and it's not really a good challenge for Thiago Silva, to be honest. So we did go absolutely ham on this guy. We managed to get a goal in the 8th minute with Cavani, and then we also managed to extend our lead when Menez went through. Simple through ball, he's nowhere to be seen, simple finesse, and a simple goal. So 12 minutes in, we're 2-0 up, and yes, as you can probably guess, the guy does decide to quit out, and we're going to be taking down that win. Very easy one in the first round of the Cup. Don't think Thiago Silva even got a chance to touch the ball in that game. He definitely didn't have a shot, so bit of an unfortunate opponent to come up against, but I'm not complaining, because I need those wins. I need every single one I can get. So we're going to go straight into the next round of the Cup, and we come up against Nora Volds, and he's using a 4-3-2 or 4-2-3-1. I get confused because it doesn't look anything like the 4-2-3-1 from last year. He's using a 4-2-3-1 team, and it's pretty impressive. All Brazilian. He's got David Luiz and Thiago Silva at the back, so we are going to be we're going to have to work pretty hard to get some sort of result here. But early on, we managed to get down the wing with Lucas. Lovely touch from him to take it down. Easy cross, and Maurice with the header to make it 1-0. Then we managed to get a goal with the boy himself. We've only just signed him. He's already scoring, and it's Thiago Silva. I'm going to call that a debut goal because the first game didn't really count because, you know, it was only 12 minutes long or something stupid like that. Anyway, Lavezzi gets on a lovely skill run here. You can see him going in and out past all the players, eventually going for the expected cross. It's the only way I seem to score, isn't it? And Cavani nods it in the 75th minute. We take down a 3-0 result, although I quickly skipped the exit scene. And as you saw, or you may have seen it flash up, Thiago Silva managed to pull man of the match in his first full game. So that fills me with confidence. His team didn't even have a shot on target, I don't think. I don't think he even managed to get a shot off, let alone a shot on target. I may be wrong on that, but didn't get many chances, that's for sure. Anyway, we're going into the next round of the tournament. We're trying to go all the way to that Gold Cup title. We actually haven't won the Gold Cup title, so we really, really desperately want to get it. And we're coming up against a 4-4-2 team, and it's a Bundesliga team, except it's got Mario Gomez up front. And my Achilles heel again, Mandzukic. He's always in the teams that I lose against. Not to say that I do lose in this game, but he's such a pain in the arse. We end up going 1-0 up against this guy with Maurice. Little cross into him. Then we managed to make it 2-0. A lovely little passing move here. Had the ball for absolutely ages before eventually getting through with Bodmer down the wing. And Bodmer crosses it in for Menez to pop into the back of the net and make it 2-0. So I was like, yep, confident, but then you can see what happens next. There's Mandzukic, opens the door for the comeback, and he makes it 2-1. Now, I was like, okay, it's fine. You know, we don't need to panic, but he just went down the wing again. Gomez stooped low, and Gomez put it into the back of the net to make it 2-2. So he went into extra time because the game ended as a 2-2 draw. And as you can see, we get away down the wing. Fantastic work from Pastore here to create the space. Lovely little ball in. And Bodmer, the boy who cannot stop scoring, gets a goal in the 96th minute to put us into the lead. And I was like, that's it, game over, we've won. Until this happened. Simple ball back to the keeper. What's the referee doing? Why has he done that? I haven't pressed anything. I was just bringing the keeper out. But apparently, Thiago Silva's made a tackle and he's been sent off. What the hell? I can't believe that. That was the most frustrating thing I've ever seen. Gets a penalty for it as well. I had to bring Digne on for, I believe it was Maurice, and then play him as a centre-back because I didn't have Alex on the bench. He's in the reserves. So I wasn't in a very good position, and now we've got the penalty to face as well. And he goes down the middle and manages to pop it into the back of the net. Oh, so annoying. So here's the changes I was talking about. And you may be like, oh, we don't care about the changes, but it actually has a big bearing on this game because we got to a penalty shootout, and Digne is my first penalty taker. And did you see how small his green bar was? And then the ball goes over, and after that, the penalty shootout just went from bad to worse. We scored a couple. We he managed to score his, and eventually we missed with Lavezzi. And you can see there I managed to save one as well. But it really wasn't going my way because we'd already missed 2 penalties. And to expect me to get 2 saves out of like the 5 is quite a big ask. So you can see here Motta steps up and he manages to save it anyway. So it doesn't even matter. It wasn't down to my keeper. It was down to my awful, awful penalty taking as to why we lost that one. Very frustrating to lose in the semi-finals. But what can you do? If that penalty hadn't occurred, we would have been all right. Now, I've decided to go away and buy a chemistry style to make myself feel better. I think that every time I lose a game, I'll go and buy myself something or something like that just to console myself. Unless, of course, I start losing too much. Otherwise, I'll run out of coins. But we're going to pop this one onto Maxwell. And I want to hear your guys' opinion on what chemistry style Thiago Silva should have on him. Because, he's going to be a long-standing member of the team. So we might as well get a chemistry style on him. Because I want to play the best he can. I think that basic is actually quite good for him because, he's an all-round player. He's very good. But if you think I should maybe put the anchor card that gives him pace, shooting and heading, I think, not shooting, pace, defending and heading, then I can go away and do that. Or if there's one other one that you think I should put on him, then put it down in the comments section. I'd like to hear your opinions. Anyway, I decided to go into online single matches, and you can see that we managed to score a bicycle kick pretty early on. Cavani Well done, man. I love bicycle kicks. That's only our third of the series. And with what, 36 episodes in, we do like an average of 4 games per episode. 36, that's like almost, what's that, like 120 or so games, maybe 130, 140 games. And we've managed to score 3 bicycle kicks in all that time. I don't know, maybe they should turn up the number of times you can take bicycle kicks and stuff, because they just don't seem to do it enough. Anyway, it's 2-1 at this point. I mean, we went 2-0 up, he managed to get back in, and then, the demons are back. He managed to equalise just after half-time with Coutinho. Oh, how frustrating that is. How frustrating to be 2-0 up and then to throw it away. Anyway, you can see here he goes through again somehow. And it goes into the back of the net. I don't really know what's going on. I was like, what is happening? Why am I losing? Shouldn't be losing. This is a single match. You've got to win them all. And eventually we did lovely little roulette with Lucas in the very last minute. He hits the post, but fortunately bounces out. Keeper tries to grab it, but he pokes it home. Only just rolls over the line in the 88th minute to give us that equaliser. So now it's our turn to go through and basically win this game, because I wasn't losing. I just couldn't lose. And after that went in the 90th minute from Cavani, he just put his controller down. He wasn't interested in playing anymore. And you can see here I push him off the ball. I was like, I'm going to stat pad. Nice little ball rolls from Cavani against no one. And he finesses it in. So it makes it 5-3. It makes it look like a kind of one-sided affair, but it really wasn't, considering we got 3 goals in the last 2 minutes of the game. But I was pretty happy to be taking down that win. You know, I love to win. That's what I play FIFA for. It's my competitive nature. Just want to win all my games, and that's what I'm going to try and do. So here we go. We're going into our final game of the episode, I believe, and we are coming up against a 4-1-2-1-2 team. And it is in the cup. We're going to start off the cup. Maybe if we get through this one, it will set us up through or into the next episode, and we'll go through the cup in the next episode as well. But we'll have to wait and see what happens in this game first. And he's using Muriel, he's using Vucinic, he's also using Hamšík, he's got Borja Valero, he's got some half decent players. But I was pretty confident that I would be able to take away a win. However, he had other ideas. As you can see, he managed to score with Vucinic in the 17th minute. But Matuidi got us back on level terms in the 26th when he went through on goal, and he hit it on the volley. And he's starting to score quite a few goals, actually, Matuidi, maybe 1 in every 5, which isn't too bad for a centre defensive mid. Cavani still on scoring 4 there, managing to put one away in the 38th. Then Menez gets his goal in the 41st minute, making it 3-1. But you know I can't hold on to a lead. Here he comes. He's back in with a chance. 49th minute, it's now 3-2, but I kept on pressing. I wasn't giving up, and you can see here, lovely little bit of skill from Menez. Gets inside, passes to Cavani, and Cavani converts. Well done, Cavani. That makes it 4-2, and there's not long left, but he does get through again. You can see him here. Somehow the ball ends up going back to him after the keeper makes a save, and he takes down a goal, but it was too little too late. I'm so glad to say that, because so many times I've thrown away precious points at the last minute, and well, not even points, just results really, because this is in the cup, so obviously we don't get points for it. But still very frustrating to throw away, you know, wins and stuff like that in the last minute. So guys, that is the end of the episode. I hope you've enjoyed the extra long episode. It has turned out that it is over 13 minutes. Obviously, if you could drop it a like, that'd be fantastic. The support on the last long episode was amazing. Obviously, we made a signing as well today, so it was a really cool action-packed episode. I hope you've enjoyed it. 1,000 likes will ensure that I upload again tomorrow. But other than that, I'm going to have to stop talking. Subscribe if you're new, and I will see you all next time.